One of the most important factors to consider when you're setting up your home studio are the vibes. There needs to be vibes. Without this, nothing good will come out of it. It needs to inspire you and the people you bring into it. Beautify it. Put art, colors, cool lights, patterns, rugs. And there's nothing more fun than pushing up some faders and turning some knobs, especially colorful knobs. I'm going to show you guys how I made these wooden side panels for my Tascam M-216 mixer. Ran into some little predicaments along the way, but I'm going to show you how I got through them.
Oh crap.
The original side panels are just black particle board with some like liner around it that was peeling off. But I'm trying to have, this old console vibe energy, that was like in these big studios back in the day. I want to feel like I'm there back in time in the 60s and 70s. So first I found an old piece of wood that was in my backyard that was about the same thickness as the side panels. And I unscrewed the side panels. Just takes 2 screws, so it's pretty easy to get them off. So then I took the original panel and I put it on top of the wood and traced it around it. Cut it out with a jigsaw. Then I sanded it down with a belt sander. Got it nice and smooth and clean. Rounded the edges a bit. Here you can see it before and after of how it looked before I sanded it and after I sanded it. So then I used some wood stain. I wanted a dark color. So I found this Kona color by Varathane. And I just dipped the cloth rag in there. Started rubbing all the surfaces of the wood. Would alternate between the wet part of the rag and the dry part of the rag so it didn't get too thick in certain spots. And I just did it until every piece of the wood was covered. I used this Krylon crystal clear acrylic coating that I had in the garage. Hung them up and just kept spraying them, letting it dry for a couple minutes. Kept spraying until they had the shine that I liked. It's not perfect, but it does the job. For the 2 screw holes, I just had placed the original panel over my wooden panel and then just drilled through the original panel holes. This is the left side of the mixer. Went on just fine. So then I turned the mixer around and put on this other side panel that goes on the right side of the mixer. So right here is when I started to realize that the right side of the mixer has little screws that stick out. And yeah, here you can see me realize that I overlooked this important part.
This one has a bunch of fucking holes on the inside.
So I went back to the drawing board, figured out, alright, how am I going to make these holes? So I figured, okay, I'm going to tape some paper, lay it over the top of the original panel, and then just poke through the holes so I have a template of where the holes need to be. So I taped the original panel down so it wouldn't move, put the paper above it, and then I just creased around the edges so that I had a clear outline of the panel. Once I marked all the holes through the paper, I put my wooden panel on top, laid the paper back on top of it, making sure it was lined up the same, and then I just used a thin drill bit to mark each of the holes in my wooden panel. Then I used a nice big drill bit to countersink all the holes, making sure not to go all the way through, and then I was able to put my panel on with ease.
She's on, Daddy. Nice.
So boom, just beautified this baby up. Looks a lot nicer with this dark wood color compared to the original black, at least in my opinion. Here we go. Just coincidentally, at the same time I was doing this, I had acquired a Tascam 388 reel-to-reel mixer. So this M216, probably not going to use as much right now, but it looks nice right here in the studio. Here's the 388. Needs a little work to get it fully functioning, but I'm going to make a video of me fixing that baby up, so stay tuned for that.